Mizzou wins. Mizzou wins. Yeah. Yes.
As you see by that video, Missouri beat Texas A&M by 1. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is Thursday, February 12th, 2026. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Mizzou gets a big upset on the road, or what we call an upset. I would like to admit I was wrong about Dennis Gates in some of the seasons. Missouri, where they posted a 0-18 record in the 2023-2024 season, I thought Dennis Gates should be fired. But especially early into next year, even early last year, and even into this part of the season when they lost to Kansas and Illinois. Illinois by 47, lost to Kansas by plus 20. But now that they have rebounded and looked like they could play and make it to the tournament and our number 2 tournament team after last night and keep their continued season going, I think I was wrong about Dennis Gates. And I am willing to admit that. Mizzou came into the game about 25% chance to win the game. Mizzou gave up lots of threes to start the game, and their defense was not going to be great, but support of scoring, a lack of support on defense and scoring a lot of points was Texas A&M. By half, Texas A&M led 46-41. In the second half, Mizzou all of a sudden started to get baskets. And Fat took a 74-66 lead, but in the next 6 minutes, Texas A&M would storm back, 85-84. With Mizzou, perhaps what would have been their last second, Mizzou would have had to throw up a ball and hope for a good prayer. Mizzou had the ball with their chance to win it, though, and they threw up an alley-oop, which was basically a pass and a approach. In the link to the YouTube video that was provided. Mizzou wins 86-85. Earlier in the week, on Monday, the number 1 team, Arizona, went down to Kansas Jayhawks, who is the number 9 team, was previously that Sunday, and Kansas expected to move up in the new polls on Monday. Will play Iowa State, who lost to TCU on the road this week. TCU is a bubble team, but I expect Iowa State to jump back this weekend and be a tough one for Kansas. Kansas State plays a not very good game, a terrible game in fact, as they lose to Cincinnati 91-62, 29 points, and they continue to show why Jerome Tang should be gone, even if he's not, if Kansas State continue to play like this. And they probably will settle somewhere around 12 to 15 million if they do fire him. But right now, it looks like that maybe Tang will last. That's what, according to Sports Radio 810, WHB Surin Petro. But nobody knows. And if you ask Surin Petro, he said he should get fired. And same with Blair Kirkhoff of the Kansas City Star. And now we move on to exercise. Exercise. Today is what we're going to talk about. If we could get people running for 20 minutes, imagine what we would do with the weight and the oversized plus of the community. In the people we could call beasts. Unfortunately, we have people that have this problem because of many reasons, not just because they're lazy, complications, and other diseases or whatever the case. We have too many people and American adults who are overweight. But my point would be just to get outside and do something. It will not only help your mental health, but it will help your overall health. And it will get your mind off of things, such as what is going on in your life, how stressful it is, and how sad it is. So get outside. Using CDC rate in 2017-2020, there was obesity of over 41.9%. Severe obesity affects about 9.9 to 9.4 of adults, nearly 20% of people ages of 2 to 19. It's great. Since it's starting to important, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. In 2024 of April, my doctor checked to see how I was doing. I was weighing around 215. It was kind of a shock to me and a wake-up call because they said I would have to get on weight medicine. And if I don't have to be on any more meds, then I don't want to be on any more meds. If you have to take the weight medicine, weight shots, I mean, that's part of life. But if you can avoid to be on meds, avoid being on meds. I mean, there's some things that I can't avoid being on meds for, but this is one of them that I didn't want to be on meds for. So if you can do that, then maybe you need to start working out. Working out, I think, is better than the shot anyways. It just keeps your mind busy, and if you can work out and lose the weight and not have to do the shot, then that's what I recommend. Now, I get everybody is not that way. The biggest thing, I did a better job on eating at night and making sure that I worked out 5 days a week at a time. I would probably run 5 days a week. Then, last year, after having a psychotic break, I decided that I would go to the rec center. Although the sauna and the steam room have dropped me to between a weight of 195 and 191, I would like to get to 187, but I see the progress. The other story that we'll do real quickly, when 2021, my friend died, a therapist named Steve. He was a psychologist, and I started running because he always said do something that keeps yourself productive. I was up to about 17 to 18 minute miles, although I went to run about 9 to 10, and right now I'm about 12. I have been not as fast lately, but my minutes of some runs and light running on carrying my backpack is still proud of myself for doing that. And doing the sauna, it helps me lose weight and all that and more, and I want to do more work. Here's a video of the exercise and running. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Tube.
An increasing number of Americans have started participating in more sports, fitness, and recreation. Whether you're trying to get fit, build muscle, or you're just tired of the couch, here are some changes you can expect along the way. During that first workout, you might feel more alert and energized because ramping up your heart rate means a boost in overall blood flow and oxygen to the brain. But prepare yourself for the day after, when you'll almost certainly get a case of DOMS, short for delayed onset muscle soreness. The soreness will persist for about 72 hours, but the good news is you're less likely to get it again as long as you continue to regularly exercise those same muscles. Over the next few weeks, you'll slowly start to ramp up production of mitochondria via a process called mitochondrial biogenesis. Mitochondria are the parts of your cells that convert carbs, fat, and protein into fuel that your muscles use to do their job, like flex and contract. After 6 to 8 weeks, studies have shown that people can increase their mitochondria by up to 50%. With more mitochondria in your cells, you'll start to feel more fit and your endurance will increase, so running 3 miles will no longer feel as difficult as it did during the first week. Once you're 6 months in, all of that hard work should finally start to show. If your workouts focus on strength training, you'll notice your muscles begin to take shape. You're also less likely to fall off the workout wagon at this point. Exercise programs often see a 50% dropout rate within the first 6 months, but after that, more people stick with it. Now, if you're more focused on cardio, then by 9 months of regular exercise, you should see about a 25% increase in your VO2 max. VO2 max is often used as a measure of fitness and refers to the rate your body can transport oxygen to your muscles for fuel. Basically, higher VO2 max means you can run faster for longer, so a 25% increase means you can run about 20% further in the same amount of time. After 1 year of regular exercise, your bones will be denser, which reduces your risk of osteoporosis. In fact, researchers have found that regular resistance training, when combined with aerobic exercise, can actually reverse the effects of osteoporosis after 12 months. Now, if you maintain your exercise program long term, your body might not be the only thing to benefit. Your bank account may also beef up. One study revealed that older people who exercised 5 days a week for at least 30 minutes saved on average $2,500 a year in medical costs for heart-related health problems alone. You'll also be at a lower risk of developing arthritis, type 2 diabetes, dementia, and certain types of cancer like breast and colon. In all probability, you are going to live longer than you otherwise would. And that longer life, it will likely feel more fulfilling, because exercise lowers the risk of anxiety and depression by reducing levels of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline.